Hey guys, I just wanted to do a really quick video on basically just following your dreams. I personally believe that every single person has a gift implanted in them when they're born, or rather, you figure out what it is that you want to do in this lifetime. And I think sometimes our parents and our family and our friends who love us very much take us off our path. Like, you know what you want to be, you know what you want to do, and everyone's like, no, 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 be a doctor, be a lawyer, be this, be that, like, or your dad or your family works in this kind of business, and they're like, no, you're coming in the family business, or I can get you a job here. Like, let's say your whole family works in the airlines, you're like, no, and you want to, I don't know, go across the Polynesian Islands and do a documentary. No. But I'm just saying, like, I know what I'm meant to do, and every time I do that, I don't know, like, I'm just so excited and full of life, and I'm like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But I was on the path of being an accountant. Do you know what I mean? Like, what I'm doing is I'm making documentaries, and I love it. And my thing is that I want to interview and talk to people, and then I want to share it with the world. And that's what I want to do. And I'm so happy because when I hear people's stories, it enlightens me and it inspires me. And then I want to share that moment with the world because I meet the most amazing, fabulous, unbelievable, wonderful people that have the greatest lessons. And they're right here, And I want to share that with the world. And I have other friends that are stuck in jobs, and I didn't end up being an accountant, just so you guys know. I went into accounting, then international management with a focus on Asian culture, spoke Japanese for 3 years, and then I went on to entrepreneurial management, and I've just been working in operations management and overseeing companies all over the world for like 20 years. So now I'm like, okay, I'm done. I know how to do all that, which is why I'm a startup consultant. So now, like, I'm free to do what I want to do. So now I'm walking around the city with my camera, taking pictures, making videos, interviewing people, and I'm happy. Like, it's a freaking awesome life. So, get ready to watch those things. But I wanted you guys to remember what it is that you came here with, to remember what your gift is, to sit down and grab a notebook and carry it with you everywhere. And the moment you have a really cool thought, write it down, because that thought will disappear. And at some point, it might be a month from now, a week from now, 10 years from now, you're going to open that notebook and you're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I do that? Or you're going to look at it and inspire you to do that, or to write something about that, or to have an idea around that, if that makes any sense. Like, I've been carrying notebooks around with me for years. So every time I open my notebooks, I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yes, I have to do that. Yes, I have to start that stationary line. Yes, I have to, but in due time. And those thoughts are always still there, because those were thoughts that were created for you, because you are capable of achieving them, because you are capable of doing them. And sometimes we forget how amazing and powerful we are. We are limitless creatures. We are limitless. We are taught to be limited. That's why when you go on Facebook and you see all these people jumping on buildings and doing these things and creating all these amazing feats, you're like, wow, but you could do that if you trained. If you had trained the same way and you had the same upbringing, you would be able to achieve that. Our bodies and our minds are able to achieve amazing things. We just don't push ourselves past the limitation, or past the point of pain, or past the point of failure, because we're so sensitive, because we've been taught to be sensitive. Most kids, they fall, they get up, they go. But if you watch the kid and you're like, oh my God, are you okay? And the kid gets scared and they're like, ah, and then they think that every time they fall, they should be scared. If you go to Switzerland, and it's a great example because that's what I remember, kids would fall off things and everybody would just look at them and they would get up, brush themselves off, and keep on going. But in America, everybody would have stopped and been like, oh my God, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. You can't baby yourself. You need to get up and do whatever you need to do to make your life what you want it to be. And what you want it to be is what it should be, because it's in your mind. That idea, that concept, what you want is what you're destined and desired to have. You just need to work hard enough to get it. Does that make sense? Like, you guys really, and don't take it personal, and don't be like, who is this girl? This is meant, like, all the videos I make are not meant for everybody. You might listen to it and be like, whatever. They're meant to reach the people they're meant to reach. And if it's not you, awesome, you got to meet me for a moment. You can keep following me or you don't need to. But I want these videos to reach the people they're meant to, which means that it'll be a moment that's going to be like a catalyst moment that's going to get them going. Grab your notebook. Take it with you everywhere. Make sure you have a pen. You know, don't use your phone and don't use your computer, because people can hack into them. And with all these apps and things that you're approving and the agreements that you're, agreeing to, they're like hacking into your system, taking all your photos, taking all your information. You don't even realize it because you're not reading the terms of agreement. Just write it down. That's your original information. Write an email saying, I wrote this note in reference to this. And that way, when you go back to it, you have that if you need to go to a court of law or something like that. And then you have the email proving that you wrote that on that day. Does that make sense? But don't put everything there. Okay? You were born with everything you need to be the person that you're meant to be. You look the way you look because you're meant to attract a certain partner. You look the way you look because you're meant to attract a certain group of people. You act the way you act because you were meant to, so that it can help you further on your destiny, on your path. And even though you look at your life, you're like, I can't believe this is my life. If you're in a bad situation, it will get better if you choose to make better decisions. And if your life is amazing, it could be amazing or it could get worse. You don't know. Life is so unpredictable. But just know that you are where you are meant to be, to learn the lesson that you're meant to learn, so you can continue living the life that you chose to live when you came here. The agreement that you made with your soulmates and with the universe to fulfill whatever mission it is that you were meant to fulfill. I know it's, for some people, they're like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, trust me, if you're this person, you get it. You know what I mean? So like, if you have these thoughts that keep coming up in your head, try to figure out what it is that you could do. I made a video about like seeing the vision of what you want, and then creating all the steps going backwards into where you are now, so that you have like a map, so that you can be where you need to be. But I gotta go to work, so I need to go. But I hope this video reaches the people that it's meant to reach. I hope you guys are a little bit more inspired to start going on the path that you're meant to go on. Don't quit your job and be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Like, no. Take the precautionary steps of doing it like as a hobby or little by little, unless you have a lot of money in the bank and you could just bounce and do that. But like, do it little by little, because sometimes thoughts are just thoughts, and they come in your head for a reason, because you're meant to share it with someone, and the person that you share it with is then therefore going to complete that destiny, if that makes sense. So you're a messenger. You're not necessarily the person that's supposed to do it. So just learn more about this stuff, learn more about the ideology about it, the philosophy, and know that if you have this thought over and over and over in your head, like, I knew I'm going to start, I knew since I was 13, I was meant to start a community center. Like, I know it. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain things that like my friend, most amazing, like, I love this kid with all my heart. He knows he's meant to be a singer, and he knows that he's going to affect a lot of people through his music. And I believe in him passionately, that is exactly what he's going to do. My other friend wants to create awareness about the Polynesian islands and how the water levels are rising because of, the greenhouse effect and all that stuff. And these islands are sinking, and people are being evacuated from their islands, and they're losing their homes. Like, imagine having land, that's been passed down from generation to generation. Now you don't have it. Now you have to go to a foreign country, pay rent, work a job you've never done before because it was only, important on the island or whatever. And then, like, it's just mind-blowing when I think about it. But these are people that I've met that have amazing stories of things that they want to do. And a few of them are fighting for it, and they're doing it, you know what I mean? But some of them just keep talking about it. And that's okay, because the more you talk about it, the more you plan. And the moment you actually feel like you can do it, you're going to go. And people are going to be like, how did you do that? But not realizing, they're not going to realize that you've been thinking about it for years. You've been putting it together for years. And then when you actually decide to initiate that plan, that's years worth of research, information, planning that you just decided to do in a moment. So it looks like, wow, you just woke up one day and you're like Legally Blonde and you just decide to do something, and boom, all of a sudden you're doing it. It's not like that. It's always been there. So sit down, write down whatever comes to your mind, see the patterns. If there's something that's been in your heart for a long time, at some point you're going to do it. But just remember, we all came here with a purpose. Some of us are nurturers. Some of us are encouragers. Some of us are meant to help. Not everybody's meant to do. Some people are support. And that's more than doing, because without the support, the doers could not achieve anything. So the people that support you, that encourage you, that uplift you, that break you, so that you can build yourself up. And the ones that help you build yourself up, those people are so unbelievably important because without them, nothing could get done. So just want to share that with you guys. I really gotta go. I'm really late. Okay. Well, not late, but I gotta go. Bye.